everyone, you're watching Lizzie in Disneyland. Today is my Christmas room tour. I'm filming it on December the 6th, so there aren't as many Christmas cards up as I wanted there to be yet because it's still very early. But my tree is up, my bedding is on, and I've also got all of my Christmas plush behind me for you to see. Now, I do have a lot of Christmassy content coming your way, so please make sure you're subscribed to my videos so that you don't miss out, and click the little bell so that you get an email every time I upload. With that being said, it is now time to show you my room, and I'll be back afterwards to answer some of your questions. So this is the Storybook Advent Calendar from Aldi and Morrison's. My up setup is coming along nicely. I still need to put up the decoration from Luna Moon Shop. This is from Shop Disney UK. This is the tree that you saw me decorate in one of my previous videos, with some presents already wrapped under the tree. The Tsum Tsum collection was from a couple of years ago from Shop Disney. My mum made me a draft excluder for my window as we are waiting for the windows to be done, and there's a big draft. Apologies for the mess, there is a lot of Christmas presents I still need to wrap. I've been working on my Vlogmas schedule today. Make sure you're following my blog so you don't miss out. My Christmas plush collection is coming soon to my channel as well, so make sure you're subscribed. So I knew this video would be quite short because obviously you've seen most of my room before. So I asked on my Instagram if you guys wanted to ask me any questions about my room or my collection. So I've wrote them all down in this little notebook from Shop Disney, and I'm going to answer them now. So I have 3 questions from Tasmin Disney X. I will leave her Instagram handle here. How long have you been collecting for? Well, I have collected Disney things all of my life, but I gave this a bit of consideration, and I think that I started seriously collecting in 2012. I would say 2012 because when we moved into this house, I obviously had a lot more room to collect Disney things, as you can see, and that's also when my Disney statue collection started, which I think is when I started taking collecting seriously. Tasmin also asked how many Tsum Tsums I have. Now, I've never counted all of them, so what I decided to do, I've put it on my Instagram story and you all love the idea, is instead of doing these short little videos showing you my Tsum Tsum collection, I'm going to make them bigger. I'm going to start with my princesses again. I will probably take 3 or 4 princess films. I will redo Snow White and Cinderella, so you will see those in the first video, which I apologise for. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a counter in the corner of the screen like I do for my Sully collection, my Mickey Mouse collection, my Halloween plush collection, and we're going to tally up how many Tsum Tsums I have. It's going to take a while. I can't do it as one video, but things like my Pixar Tsum Tsums will all be done together, and I hope you enjoy it a lot more than you've enjoyed just seeing the films on their own. I completely understand, because I don't really like Snow White, so I wouldn't watch a video about Snow White Tsum Tsums. So I'm going to put more films together, so there should be something for everyone in each video. Every time you come back, you will see a little counter telling you how many Tsum Tsums you've seen. So I'd say probably by this time next year at least you'll know exactly how many I have. But I've just counted the 3 sets of boxes that you saw in my room tour, and in there alone there were 404 Tsum Tsums. I know I have some in bags. I know that there are some on the way. I know that I'm opening some every day, so I'm getting a new Tsum Tsum every day in December. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably the end of December do all of my Christmas Tsum Tsums as the first video, so that they're counted and they can go in the loft. And then I will count the princesses, and then I'll probably do Pixar because I think that's going to be quite an exciting one for you guys. And then I'll do Star Wars, I'll do Marvel, and you'll actually get to see in real time how many Tsum Tsums I have. It can be something that I do weekly maybe, or monthly, I'm not sure yet. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. But to answer your question, Tasmin, 404 at least. So Tasmin's final question was, do any other Instagram accounts inspire your collection or room layout? I have a lot of Instagram accounts that I look up to. I can't remember where I got the idea from to actually put them in boxes, but originally I had a big shelf that was a box, and we turned it on its side like a diamond, and I put my Tsum Tsums in there. But it was really big, and there was a big gap between the Tsum Tsums and the end of the shelf, and it didn't look very neat. So I was in IKEA one day and I saw these boxes, and the rest is history. But I can't remember who I saw putting them in shelves originally, because they weren't a Disney blogger. It was just someone I saw who had maybe 4 in a little shelf, and I was like, I need a bigger shelf to do something like that. I've noticed my way of storing Tsum Tsums is a lot like Lucy's Room Toys, who I am very inspired by. But like I said, my room layout is mainly my own. The only thing I would say is that new plush shelf that I've got that I built myself by my TV was inspired by my friend Courtney's Disney Life. I will leave her tag below along with Lucy's. So thank you for your questions, Tasmin. The next question is from Minnie Mouse 98. It says, how do you keep them clean and not get too dusty? I don't clean my plush. I know this is going to disgust a lot of people, but I move them around every single time I change my bed sheets because they're all on the bed, as you can see. So they don't really get dusty because they don't stay anywhere for very long. They're being moved around every 4 to 6 weeks. I should probably change my bed sheets more than that, but it's just such a hassle to move them, and there's only me sleeping in the bed. I change it more when I've got a cold, but in the summer I sleep on top of my duvet. I don't actually get in the bed, so I feel like it doesn't really get dirty. So Courtney's Disney Life, who I've just mentioned, asked me a 2-part question. What are your favourite 3 things in your collection? Why do they mean so much, and where do you keep them? So number 1 is my partner's statue. You will see that in my living room tour, which is coming to this channel on Christmas Eve. So make sure you've got notifications on so you don't miss that. I had it for my 21st birthday. It cost €150 and I don't like keeping it up here. It is on the fireplace where it is safe and I can't knock it over when I'm tired or something. So that would be number 1. So I'd probably say this would be number 2. This was my birthday present from Joe this year. We got it from California and we found out when we went to get it that it had been discontinued. So Luckily they had my size. I'd had my heart set on it for a long time, so I'm really happy that Joe bought it me. So that was number 2. So I suppose number 3 is quite obvious. I do have a lot of plush that I love. Obviously every plush Joe has ever bought me is very dear to me. Every plush I've bought from the parks, but it's very rare that a plush actually makes me cry when I see it for the first time, and that was this plush that I got this year. You've already seen it in 2 videos, I think, but I love this Mickey. I think he reminds me so much of Walt, and I just can't believe I was so lucky to have him, because he's actually sold out now and not many people have him. So I feel really lucky to have this plush. As I said, there are loads more plush I could have chosen, especially from my Sully collection. Thank you, Courtney, for your question. Ella's Disney asked, do you remember what your first Disney item in your collection was? Now, actually, I don't. I know what the first plush I was bought as a child was, but they weren't Disney. So I can't remember exactly what I owned first. I have literally had Disney plush since I was born, so I can't say which one was my oldest. I have had this guy since I was 6 months old. I wrote a blog post about him, and now I dress him up in a Disney baby outfit from Primark so that he kind of counts as a Disney plush. I'm sorry I can't answer your question with an actual plush that I've owned since I was small, Ella, but I'm not entirely sure where they all are. Most of the plush I have in my bedroom are plush that I've only had since about 2012. Isabel's Disney plush asked me, how many Disney plush do you have, and are you collecting one plush of every character? I don't know exactly how many plush I have, because this isn't my full collection. There are some in the loft and there are some in the garage, but I wouldn't say I'm collecting one plush of every character. As you can see, I have a few Sullys and a few Boos. There are some films that I actively don't collect plush for. I don't collect Lion King plush, I don't collect Aladdin plush, I don't collect Brother Bear plush. There are just some films that I just don't really need the plush for. And I'm trying to be quite good, because me and my boyfriend want to move out soon and I don't know where all this is going to go. I'm not saying I'm downsizing my collection yet, but I'm being careful what I add to my collection. Thank you for your question. The final question is from Hakuna Matata 2288, and it is, what is your favourite plush set? Now, I think she means plush from one film or one collection of plush. So obviously, if we're going with plush collection, I'm going to have to go with the Mickey Memories collection. As you know, this collection has been my life pretty much for the past year, and it's caused me heartache, it has caused me anxiety, and I wouldn't change a thing. It has been so wonderful collecting these plush. Next Tuesday, my full Mickey Memories video will be going up, so make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss that. Thank you all for your questions. I'm sorry this was mostly me talking, but I hope you enjoyed seeing my room. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments down below and I will just answer them for you in the comments. I will see you on Friday for my Shop Disney Christmas items haul, and the Friday after you're going to see an in-depth video of my Christmas plush. See you soon. Bye.